All right, we're going to do some live song reviews tonight. I'm Bradley Denniston. This is Radium Records in Hollywood, California. I've been in music for 25 years, and I'm here to help you guys. I'm just going to give you feedback on your songs, but I thought it'd be really fun tonight to do something special, also do some Q&A, help you guys with your mixes, your masters, your production, any sort of questions you guys have on that stuff. Marketing your music, reaching out to people, placing your music in TV, movies, commercials, whatever kind of questions you have. My specialty and what I've built my business off of is getting music in TV shows, in commercials, in films. I've worked on Grammy, Oscar, Emmy nominated stuff, Academy Award nominated stuff, platinum records, all sorts of stuff. So I'm just here to help you guys get better at songwriting, putting out music that's going to be market viable. And I thought part of this this live tonight could be some Q&A and just checking out what you guys got going on and just trying to help you guys, you know. So I'm going to jump right into what's been uploaded. And if you're not part of the channel, you can join the channel to get your song reviewed. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to review your song. I mean, straight up, that's the way it's going to work. I'm just kind of tired of reviewing music for people that really aren't that serious about the music thing. So this is a good way to make sure that I'm reviewing stuff for people that are serious and want to put out records and build a music business. So it's $5 to join the channel. You know, if you can't afford $5 for your music, then you're probably not too serious about it. That's the way I look at it. So no offense, right? Cool. So I'm going to get into the folder of music that was uploaded by anyone that's part of the channel. And let's see what we got tonight. Who's in the house? We got Jace. What's up, Jace? All right, Jace became a member. Congrats, man. Make sure you upload a song. I'm going to be reviewing your music tonight, my man. Awesome. Yo, what's up, Petey? Petey, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you on here in a while. Grant Robertson, what's up? What's up? Josh Knight, how you doing, man? All right, it's good to see some of you guys in here. It's been a while. All right, let's see what's up. Yeah, dude, that's rad. Yeah, TikTok. I just started getting on TikTok maybe, you know, a few months ago. I really got just started posting to it, so it's cool to see some people in here from that. I'm going to share the screen with you guys and show you what we got for uploads tonight. Let me get to the internet here and make sure we got the folder up. But yeah, you guys, I'm here to answer your questions as well. We'll do a little Q&A at the end of this and just kind of help you guys however I can. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I just want to help you guys achieve those sounds in your head, you know, because I know how that feels. I'm making records every single day. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. All right, awesome. So we got Richard Roosevelt. We got Per Zoo mixed by Dirty, No Pressure, Josh Knight, C. Lideker. All right, cool. Let's lock in. I'm hyped. I'm always excited to hear you guys' music. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Richard Roosevelt, gonna start with you, man. Always showing up, always uploading.
As I look back, I watch them all.
I've left inside of me says, will it come back, will it come back?
I'm up late in the middle of the night. Why they heads and they feelings every night? Which is why I hurt the feelings every time, bro. Though it say it's about the little things in life, I don't get it. I'm just trying to kill it in this life. To reach my level, need a ceiling or a guide. Why don't you tell me what you really feel inside? Why don't you tell me what you really feeling like? What you feeling like, really nice, I could give you real advice. They was out here dealing pies, I was out here willing bikes. Froze on them chilly nights, no, not a pretty sight. No, I was in a fight, which is why I was on my way down. I was on my way, what is there to say now? What else can I say? What can I say? Though I never had a mentor, still find a way to endure. Grill 'em like a Kenmore, I'm having me a 10-course meal on these it's cause the shit I'm really meant for. It just meant more, that's how I kept doors. To stay wide open cause time I spent more on my craft, now you swear that bag should've been yours. I just laugh, you lucky I never kept score. But what are friends for? Ain't no question, I've been sure. Far from perfect, I'm impure. I'm not allergic to being poor. I'm not allergic to needing more. All the profits are being sourced. That's a project that we endorse. That's a logic that we enforce. I ain't the type to be ignored. I ain't the type to be adored. They just want on the ship that we aboard. Don't be badgering me when we at war. Cause we at war. We at war. I was on my way down. I was on my way. I was on my way. What is there to say now? What else can I say? What else can I say? I was on my way down. I was on my way. I was on my way. What is there to say now? What else can I say? What else can I say? What can I say?
Dope. My guy, always showing up, always bringing the fucking fire, man. Like, I really like what you're doing, man. This stuff's kind of cool. It's like, feels like a little boom bap throwback, New York style rap shit, you know, but with a little update. Love it. It's great, dude. Love it. Richard Roosevelt, always showing up, man. I would say like the big thing that kind of drops off for me and kind of feels weird is that pre-chorus. It kind of feels like that comes out of nowhere. This vibe right here, I'll show you.
Need a ceiling or a guy. Things and laugh out. Why don't you tell us I can give you rules on them chilly nights? No, not a pretty side. No, I was in a fight, which is why I was on my way down. I was on my way. I was on my way. What is there to say now? What else can I say? What else can I say? What can I say?
You know, and I get it. It's kind of like that throwback vibe. You know, have the little instrumental sample, taking the groove, all that shit. But I don't know. I just think that's a little overused. You know, it's been done so many times. It's like I'd like to hear something a little fresher. If you're gonna flip a sample or put a sample chop in there, you know, from a record, it's like that's cool. But we've heard it so many times and done so well over the years, the '90s, the 2000s, like. It's 2022, like, let's try and, like, flip that a little bit crazier, right? And I don't know if you made the beat or not, but, you know, that's what I would say is, like, the thing that kind of, like, pulls me out. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh, we're supposed to be listening to the sample. Gotcha. You know, just kind of feels a little dated in that sense, in that regard. So just to freshen it up a little bit, try something different, you know? Try to flip that sample, or maybe you sing that line that the sample's singing, you know? Stuff like that. Try some other stuff. I don't know, be creative with it. But dope track, man. I love it. I think it's really dope. As far as the mix and master goes, I think it's pretty squashed, but that's kind of something that I feel like you do a lot is you squash your shit. And, you know, it's just part of your sound maybe. So let's move on. Peru's, I don't even know how to say that. Perzies? Mixed by Dirty, no pressure. Let's lock in.
Fuck your curfew, stay the night, yeah. Put that perfume on a light, hey, yeah. I won't waste none of your time. Not gon' pressure, it's no pressure. I just miss you by my side. I just won't lie beside you. And in your hair so gentle, softer than dandelions. Look at me eye to eye. Sweeter than apple pie and honeysuckle in spring. If you know what I mean, girl, I'ma need ya. Babe, let me please ya. Body so Aphrodite, mind is like Athena. You got what I like. Told me I'm your type. You should come through my side. Fuck your curfew, stay
Dope, dope, dope. Love it. Sounded really cool, man. I really like the vibe. I love the dance hall kind of shit. Sounds cool. Kind of reminds me of Drake a little bit. But yeah, man, I think most of all with this track, it feels like you're trying to fill up everything with lyrics and melodies and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like there's just so much going on. I think you'd get away a lot better with the writing if you left some space, right? A lot of the times it's the pockets of like what we leave space for, and we leave blank, or we let something pop out instead of the vocal. Ad-libs, little vocal lyric lines, licks on a synth, licks on a guitar, licks on a vocal, whatever. You know, something to kind of catch the ear and go, whoa, that's sick. I felt like there was just so much going on the whole time. It's just like a lot of different melodies doing stuff. You know, it's just kind of like, whoa, jarring. I want more focus and repetitive things happening from my ear for it to be something that's really catchy. Like I want it to catch me. That being said, I think the mix is pretty good. You got to really work on that bass. That bass is just kind of getting lost. The kick drum's just like kind of unglued from everything, which kind of is distracting for the whole track. I really like this bass sound, like the analog kind of synth bass, but it's just not getting shine, and it feels too boring. Like it feels too stagnant to me, you know? Let me play it.
If you know what I mean, girl, I'm gonna need ya. But I think I would hindsight. Put that perfume on a light. Yeah, I won't waste none of your time. High cool pressure, it's no pressure, no.
Like, yeah, that bass line, I think you can really make that a lot more interesting, you know, maybe with some runs. But it's going like boom, 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 boom. You know, I feel like if you had like a little bit more movement to that, and also just like make it a little more squelchy, you know, so it kind of pops out of the mix a little bit more. Right now it just feels really, I don't know, it just feels really choked out and like it's just not hitting right. You know what I mean? And yeah, the kick drum sounds good if you can get that kick drum to really sit with that bass, you know? The bass, like I just feel like it's not an interesting enough sound. It's getting there. You gotta work on it. You gotta mess with it and get that bass to really, you know, dance around what you're doing, because I think it would make the whole beat come together a lot more. And the bass is everything, man. Like people are gonna dance to the bass, right? Like they're gonna dance to that boom, 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 boom. They're not gonna know why or what they're dancing to, but like this track reminds me of that Drake track, hips on the way, go side to side, not that I don't play. You know, that track, I forget what it's called. Give me one dance, right? Give me a one dance, I got the power in my hands. Like it's the same kind of vibe. And I think, yeah, like the bass in that is like really, really, you know, it's clear and clean, and like it's very boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. Like you gotta make it dance a little bit more is all I want. Overall, like I think the vocals are really crispy and like clean and everything. It sounds good, but I would de-ess them a little bit more. But it's also kind of it's the style you're going for, right? Like super hard auto-tuned, you know, like all that trap kind of shit. That's cool. Whatever, like do your thing on it. I think it's cool. But yeah, again, to reiterate my notes, because I'm kind of blah, 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 because it's the first time I've ever heard the song. I would say just kind of make more room for silence, right? Like you're going to dance more if you have more pocket and not so much going on the whole time. Like it's so full. Like there's so many things going on. There's so much writing, so many melodies, so many things. There's so much going on that I'm like, yo, what's important here? So make sure that the important stuff is like really important, and you split it up, you break it up. Second, make the bass sound cooler and like let it dance a little bit more. Pocket it better, make it a cooler sound. And then third, I would say the kick drum is just kind of like, it kind of feels detached. So maybe it needs to just be kind of more gooey and set into the track a little bit more. But yeah, it's a cool track. I like it, and I think you're doing a great job. So keep it up, man. Keep on trucking. You just always gotta like making songs, man. It's like you throw the paint at the wall, and then you gotta like go and do the shading and the texture, and you gotta go and clean the edges, and then you gotta go step away from it, and then you come back to it, and you go, oh shit, I just had an idea. You know, it's a process, and it's okay to take your time with it. Make something special. Make it an asset that's gonna be forever, that you can be proud of, and that you can learn from, right? So thanks for submitting, man. It sounded really cool. I'm liking the vibes. And I love dancehall. I love reggaeton. I love the Afrobeat stuff. Like, I'm super, super into that shit. Super in tune with it. All right. Let's lock in. We got Josh Knight, Campfire. 9624. Trying to kill computers. Man, I used to work in 96K, but yeah, with the UAD stuff, for some reason, the 96K just takes a shit. All right. Let's listen.
Shawty can't find, she's in the phone. I ain't even tell her so she wouldn't know. Happy bad later, happy on the road. I'm still 10 toes if you didn't know. Cause I'm got it off, sitting acting like it's nothing. I know what the cost is. What I do to myself, cause I chase my way. But I can't forget about mine, no, no. And I've been driving late, no, no. I ain't really sipping on my cup so long. Working out a way to make a way, oh Lord. The hardest part about it is the hurt, oh Lord, oh no. Hardest part about it is the hurt, oh Lord, oh Lord. Shawty can't find, she's in the phone. I ain't even tell her so she wouldn't know. Happy bad later, happy on the road. I'm still 10 toes if you didn't know. Cause I'm got it off, sitting acting like it's nothing. I know what the cost is. What I do to myself, cause I chase my way. But I can't forget about mine, no, no. And I've been driving late, no, no. I ain't really sitting on my cup so long. Working out a way to make a way, oh Lord. The hardest part about it is the hurt, oh Lord, oh no. Hardest part about it is the hurt, oh Lord, oh Lord. Hey. And the hardest part about it is I can't forget about you. My heart is missing something and it's hard for me to tell you. I'm not that comfortable with failure. I'm trying to build before I bring you in. Before I let you in, I'm trying to show you this is solid thing. Shorty can't find, she's sinful. I don't even tell her so she wouldn't know. Happy bad later, happy on the road. I'm still 10 toes if you didn't know.
Okay. Hey, thanks for submitting, man. I think right now my first impression of this is it feels like a demo. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some notes, but I'm gonna also kind of keep in mind that you might not even be done with the writing and the production and everything. So that's how I'm feeling right away. I'm like, oh, this is still a work in progress, right? First thing is the beat is like super linear, doesn't change much, and you're relying on that guitar chord progression sort of thing, the arping guitar, finger picking, whatever. I think you're sticking yourself in a pocket there, where you're gonna kind of have your hands tied and you're gonna have to play on that chord progression, which is gonna kill you, right? It's gonna kill the song. The song's gonna be very linear, you know. So what I would say is try to switch it up. try to drop the guitar out, have maybe a different chord progression for pre-chorus where, you know, a different instrument comes in. Maybe it's a different guitar, get a guitar player to play like some strumming chords, you know, or maybe it's a keyboard, maybe it's some like a pad, something like that. But yeah, you got to switch it up, man. Like the arrangement itself is just so flat and linear that it's like it just like repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. And I hear that you're trying to like make things different with background, doubling, vocals, harmonies, all that stuff. But that stuff's actually becoming a little bit distracting to the song. I think the thing that sticks out to me is the shorty on the bed on the centerfold. Like, I think if you find that melody, you want to support that melody and you want to get that melody sticking. It's got to be sticky. It's got to be something where people go, oh man, I remember that. Or it has replayability, right? Like people want to hear it again and again. Right, that's really, really important to modern music, especially in 2022, where people just don't have the attention spans. Which brings me to my next point. This is 3 minutes and 20 seconds of a loop, and I think a 3 minute and 20-second loop is going to be really, really hard for streaming. Right, like people are just gonna maybe play it for a little while, realize there's no changes, and it's looping, and they're gonna go, I'm kind of bored. You know, I'm just going to skip this song. So even if you get a stream, which is 30 seconds of playing a song, it may not equate to a fan or to the song being popular or to understanding the analytics or anything that's coming from the song, because people listen for 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, and they drop off. But you still got to stream, but you're not going to see the back end data or the analytics for Spotify, Apple Music, etc. that, you know, how far people are listening. You're just going to see a stream. So that's why streams are such a bad KPI to track. So anyway, I like the track. I think it has potential, but right now, again, I feel like it's in a demo phase. The 808 is like really out there with the drums, and it feels detached from the vocals and the guitar, and I think maybe some like bus processing to kind of glue all those things together. I don't know if you got anything on your master bus, but yeah, just trying to get those things to all live in the same world, in the same space. That's going to help a lot because they just feel like, here's the 808, here's the kick drum and drums, here's the guitar on its own, and then the vocals are in their own little world, and they're not like, it's not like a record, it's not all put together. So, you know, maybe get some help with the mix and master once you're done recording and writing and everything. I can help you with mixing and mastering if you ever want to do like some professional shit. Just hit me up, you know. But yeah, it sounds like it needs some work, you know. Needs to go to the writing, arranging part of the song and really dive in and start to find the things that are sticky and get rid of the stuff that's not so sticky. Get rid of the stuff that's not so exciting. Like a lot of it, I can't understand what you're actually singing too. Like it's pretty inaudible. And I don't know if that's just part of your vocal style, but it's really hard to follow along with, you know? Like it's you don't really hear the words too well, which is going to kind of ruin it for a lot of listeners that want the story. They want a story, you know, along with the song. And not able to understand the story is really a tough thing to sell. All right, let's move on. We got C. Lideker, the Soundbox. That Perfect Place. Hey, you guys liking this, by the way? If you are, show some love. Just throw some thumbs up, you know? Show some love for the people that are sitting here putting their music out there, even as demos, you know? Just show some love. It's not easy to, you know, put your music out there.
The darkness can embrace me for a while. I find my comfort here, 'cause all I
All right, right there is about where you lost me. And I think it's just because you got like vocals stacking on vocals they're not lining up. It just sounds kind of crazy. Definitely feels to me very, very scooped. Okay. It sounds like you're using compression very wrong. Very wrong. Slow down on the attack. It's really, really like just crushing everything. The whole song itself is lacking mid-range. It's not really like jumping out of the speakers. It feels like the mid-range is completely carved out. So that's just like kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this has to do with mix notes for me, right? Tuning, there's some tuning issues with the vocals. I don't tune up vocals like crazy when it comes to rock records, but I would definitely not have them going out of tune. I would never have a vocal like it's just not gonna cut it. Like people are not gonna like that no matter what. Even if it's like cool and rock and shit. Like, I mean, I grew up in hardcore, post-hardcore screamo bands. You know, like that's what I did when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, you know? So it's got to be in tune still. You got to be singing in tune. So anything that's going to go pitchy and like you got to take care of that shit. Performance issues are always going to be an issue with rock, anything rock. I do love the way you have the arrangement explode at the beginning here. That's super dope because you're gonna catch the listener and they're gonna be like, oh, this is kind of tight, and then it's gonna be like, bam, you know, which is really, really dope. I think that'll be a great presentation for the arrangement. But overall mix stuff, right? There is just like a huge lack of mid-range in this. The mid-range, the 1K, the 3K, that area, even down to 500 and stuff, like it's like missing all of that. I don't know what you did. I don't know, maybe if it's your speakers are set up really weird in your room and you're listening on some shit that's filtered or, you know, whatever. I don't know what it is, but you really need a mix and master on this badly. Like you need help with this. But it's sounding cool. Like I think the song is cool. But I'm also just kind of losing definition and clarity, and like it's not jumping out of the speakers like a rock record should jump out of the speakers to me. Like I want that shit to be popping out, you know? I want it to be wide and deep and fat and punchy and you know, mid-range forward, and I want it to like, whoa, you know? It's a powerful song, but the mix is just kind of like it's just filtered, you know, and feels weird. Too much tuning on rock records is very easy to do. So yeah, I use Melodyne. I go in and do note by note. But yeah, you got to understand where you tune and where you don't. And then at the end here, when you're stacking the vocals and stuff, those vocals in the background, whatever you want to be in the foreground and whatever you want in the background, you have to mix that way. You have to say background vocals can't have all this mid-range and high-end in them. They have to be tucked back. They have to be reverberated. They have to be delayed, pre-delayed. They have to be back, right? They can't be directly on top of the vocals. Like you can't have la 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 and then another thing going la 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 la. Like it starts to become really messy and like, whoa. It's like just super distracting and weird and just kind of throws you off. Especially when syllables are hitting at different times. Like when you have someone saying the and someone saying same, it's like the same, the you're like, whoa. So that's really distracting and hard to figure out. But the mid-range is everything. So a lot of that mid-range and the compression artifacts, those are the things that are really bothering me. Like the attack on the compressor is really fast, and it's just choking everything out. Back up off the attack. Maybe go a little faster on the release of your compressors, and don't compress as much. Maybe go 1.8 to 1 or 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. Don't go like 8 to 1, 6 to 1, 5 to 1, 4 to 1. Like really take your ratios down and use more compressors rather than just one compressor that you're hitting really hard. And same thing goes with bus processing, master bus processing, all sorts of shit. But yeah, you gotta really have that shit come out. It's gotta pop out. Yeah, it's hard because exactly. This just takes finesse. You got to understand what's most important. So, what Earl's saying here is it's hard to get mid range in rock songs with vocals and guitars in the similar and still have it pop. The really important part of that and mixing in that specific range, that 1K. I even put 4K into guitars, like electric guitars, and of course the vocal has a bunch of 4K in it. But it's getting the guitars out of the center. The guitars have to be to the sides. The vocal's the center, right? You have to have the richness, the fullness of the mid-range in the center of the vocal, right? So it's really, really important that vocal center stays foundational. That means that your vocal needs to have that 180 hertz, 500 hertz, 1K, 1500 hertz, or 1500 hertz. You want to pop that stuff right in your face, right? And you got to be careful to, like, anything else that's going to take up that center image of where the vocal's going to be needs to be put off to the side or put in the back or put up or put down, right? And if you don't understand how to do that stuff as a mixing engineer, then you need to get help. Or you need to learn it from a lifetime of studying and practicing, right? It's going to be really, really tough. So, let's see this. You said it all. We need some jumping here. I just got a new Pro headphone. I just jump off my head. Yeah, it's got to jump out of the speakers. That's really important. That's where the mid-range comes into play, guys. You got to have the mid-range. It's the most important. The way we speak, you're hearing me on this mic right now. It's all mid-range. It's all 100% mid-range. It starts at, 150 hertz, and it's going to go, and depending on your vocal, right, and where your vocal sits, and it's going to go all the way up. 5K, the sibilance and everything's going to be at the top, 9K, right? The gloss and glimmer and all that shit, you can get that up at 16K, 20K, the 10K area. There's sparkle and shimmer and all that stuff. You got sibilance in the 5,500 to 7K area. You got to be really, really, you got to know what you're hearing. It takes years and years and years of experience, great monitoring, set up in a room that's tuned up, and practice and practice and practice, all right? So if you guys want to get into mixing and being a mixing engineer, that's going to be a dedicated life to mixing and learning this stuff. I've been doing it for 25 years. I'm going on 26 years of doing it, and it's just a lifestyle thing, right? It's the way it is. You're not going to get a YouTube video that's going to give you a couple tips, and all of a sudden you're going to become a mixing engineer. It's just not the way it works. Okay, you got to train those ears. You got to understand frequencies, compression artifacts, delays, positioning, panning, artifacts in speakers, distortion, digital distortion versus analog distortion versus tube distortion versus, it's all different. And you got to tune your ears to that. Multiple compressors is a key to making sure that your shit doesn't choke out. Absolutely. Yes, stack instead of heavy compressing. Understand that compression, when you take compression and you go 2-to-1 on one compressor and then you do 3-to-1 on another compressor, you are not all of a sudden just compressing 2-to-1 and 3-to-1. You're now compressing 6-to-1, if not more, right? Because compression compounds on itself. It does not work that you're going to do one compressor, a little bit of compressing with a 2-to-1 and then a 4-to-1 and a 5-to-1, and it's all going to work great and everything's cool. That compression is just stacking like insanely. People overuse compression because they can't hear it. Their ear does not understand what compression sounds like. That's where it takes a lifetime of listening. And all compressors are different. You have VCAs, you have optical compressors, you have tube compressors, right? You have so many FET compressors. You have so many different compressors and compressor types, fast, slow, the way they compress. It's just, it takes years and years of experience. You have to train the ears. Yeah, you have 2 to 3 compressors in your chain. So rather than compressing, 12, 15 dB at once, I could subtly do it. Exactly. And that's the way to do it. You could have fast compressors, slow compressors, stuff capturing overs, stuff starting to, go fast, like fast attack, like 2-to-1, 1.8, 1.5 to 1. I love that. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Of course. I'm just trying to break it all down for you guys, anybody that wants to learn this stuff a lot deeper. But yeah, Kevin knows what's up, man. Just go get the master class. Figure it out. Like, I've done tons of master classes on this. I just shot 14 hours of master class where I mixed and mastered a whole reggaeton track in Pro Tools. All the editing, tuning, everything. If you want that, hit me up. Yeah, hopefully, man. I'm hoping. Yeah, sounds too much on my monitors when I boost mids. I cut them before I rendered this one. Yeah, well, your monitors are wrong, okay? So whatever you're set up, your monitors aren't set up right. You're not hearing your mid-range right. There's something there that's wrong, okay? So I'm just letting you know. I'm sitting in a tuned room with, $11,000 worth of monitoring, 25 plus years of experience. The mid-range is not right, okay? So I don't know what mids you're boosting. I don't know how you're monitoring, but it's not set up right. It's not working out. What's up, Drew? How you doing, bro? Yeah, basically, Earl. Exactly. So you can look this up, man. Do some studying on ratios. 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 equals 9-to-1. Yeah, like you're going to get compounding on compression. So don't think that if you do like 3 compressors that are, I'm doing 3 compressors, but they're barely compressing any dB. It's like, yeah, but they're still with the ratio, right? Like you're letting in each 2 dB to 1 dB, right? And then you add a 3-to-1. It's like you have to realize like you've already split it 50%. Now you're going to split that 50% another 3 times. Does that make sense? So you take 2, you turn it into 1, you go half, that's 50%. But now you follow that with another compressor that's 3-to-1, you're now compressing half of that by times 3. Okay, so it's really, really a compounding effect of compression ratios. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But I hate math too, by the way. No, hey Jace, where did you send the track? I don't have your upload. So if it's not in this folder, you didn't upload it to the right spot. If you're not a member of the channel, you won't see it in here either. It looks like I got. Okay, cool. So I got a couple more here. Awesome. Yeah, square root in math terms. Exactly, bro. All right, let me see what else we got. We got a couple more here. I love reviewing you guys' music. You guys have no idea. And I'm a fucking geek, dude. Like, I'll nerd out on this shit like crazy. All right, let's go. Hashon, looks like, what do we got? Pete Alvarez, blame me. Pete Alvidrez. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butcher you guys' names. Let's go. All right, dope. I like, honestly, at first I was like, yo, what is this? Because like the sound design up front just did not capture my attention. Like I was like, yo, this is just kind of like a weird stock sound kind of thing. But the vocals really helped it. Just so you know, like the vocals are the star in this. They're a little too filtered for my taste. Like I wouldn't filter them out like that so much. I would make them a little more thick. I'd do some saturation on them. Not so much sibilance, not so much S's top end. I'm hearing a lot of that in like the 2 to 7K area. She's just very like, you know what I'm saying? It is hanging left, so you might want to check your speaker setup, your panning, all that stuff, especially here in this area. It's like really, really left heavy. So I don't really think that works too well. I wouldn't have like synths like really heavy on the left. That just feels weird. Also, the vocals kind of hang left as well. You know, just check out your speakers. Check out your throw if you are wondering what's going on. Just throw like a meter kind of plug in on your master and check your left and right, and solo your left and right. It's really left heavy all the way through. This beginning part, you really got to sound design this. You got to make this more interesting. It's just kind of not that interesting. And, maybe this just needs a mix and master. It needs to like really come out. But that boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, it's not really that exciting. Maybe you can also have some things like throw like into the atmosphere, like, something to kind of capture your ears and go, oh, okay, it's not just that, right? But that'd be cool. I think the drums and like the intro would be cool if it was like more in your face and like focused and compressed, like Nine Inch Nails kind of vibe, right? Because that's what this reminds me of. It's really industrial. The snare drum reminds me of Nine Inch Nails for sure. The female vocalist, too thin. I'd thicken her out. I'd have other stuff like happening in the background that's like floating. I'd put things forward more, meaning like put the mid-range back in. It sounds like you really swept everything up, like you swept her like crazy. I'm just not feeling that.
Keep on flying me, then what's in your mind?
It's just kind of thin and like really unimportant is how it feels with the vocal. But it's a very original song. I think it's cool. It has a vibe. And it probably lends itself really well to like sync licensing, right? Like maybe TV promos, movie trailers, things like that. I think it'd be a really cool opportunity for that. But you'd really have to up the production sound quality, because right now it does sound kind of like it's playing through a phone or something. You know what I mean? So you got to thicken it out. You got to make it come alive. I think as you make it come alive, it'll seem more important. Yeah, dystopian sci-fi vibes. Absolutely. Cool, man. Well, thanks for uploading it. I think it's a vibe for sure. You just gotta work it. All right, let's go. Jace, Rather Die demo, no ad libs. I really don't like reviewing demos, but
I've been here once before, and I know how it usually ends. If we don't define this love, I can't start again. Say you wanna ride, say you wanna ride, but now you wanna die, now you wanna die. Say why you change your mind? You ain't gotta lie to me. Whoa, now you wanna find a way out. Everywhere you go, now you wanna wild out. Ever since we had a falling out, now you trying to find any way to walk out. All you wanna do is ball out. Don't wanna ball out with me. Whoa, I was there where you lose. Poured on my heart, shut my soul. You are the reason I bleed. Pain and scars I still show. Still I won't let you go. Made it this far in the cold. I guess we will never grow. I guess you rather die than ride with me. Should've rather not. Should've rather die than ride with me. Look me.
All right, so there's some cool ideas in there, but I think it definitely is a demo. So it's hard to give feedback on this. You know what I mean? Like the auto tune just being like super heavy, like trying to find melodies. I don't know. Just kind of keep working on it, I guess. You know, like it's really hard to review this. What should I be saying about it? Like, you know, you got to mix it, master it. You got to finish the writing. You got to not go so crazy on the auto tune. Don't rely so much on it. Find the melodies. This stuff right here where you're just kind of like it just sounds like you're trying to find a melody right now, like you're trying to put a song together. But I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, it's hard for me to review a demo, you know what I mean? Without being like, yeah, okay, so the next step of your production, let me executively produce it for you. Let me give you a bunch of notes on what you need to do. I would structure it more. I wouldn't have it like, you know, the structure right now where it's like kind of building and like layers are adding. I don't really think that works very well with like the dance hall Afro beats kind of vibe. It's just kind of gets like, where are we going? You know, I feel like you should structure it more like a intro, maybe a chorus tease going into a verse. Right now it feels like it's kind of like this like structure where it's like growing. But I don't think that works with this style of music. You know what I mean? It works better for like orchestral, trailer music, things like that. But yeah, I want like a good hooky, catchy melody. I want to hear the bass come in. I would actually make a bass that's more rhythmic. I would make it go boom, 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 boom. Like I wouldn't have it like with this droney bass thing. I would use that maybe in parts, maybe a pre-chorus, maybe the intro, etc. But I want to have like something you can dance to. I don't feel like you could really dance to this. Besides the drums, that's the only thing that's really dancey on this. So yeah, you know, you just got work to do, man. No big deal. Just put your head down. Go at it for another hour. Go at it for another 5 hours. You know, like make sessions. Put your shit in. All right, cool. Hashon. We're gonna go in. Hashon, Corners of My Heart.
fade away. Tell me that I can make a stay. I don't wanna have you fade away. I don't wanna have you. I don't wanna have you fade away. Tell me that I keep the pain away. I don't wanna have you fade away. I don't wanna have you.
Dope, man. I think it's a really cool blend. Like the kind of like dreamy, dream pop, pitch down, altar boy vocal kind of vibe on the EDM drops. Like I was not expecting like a festival EDM drop to happen, so that was kind of cool. Like I'm usually like turned off by that, but you did it really nice, man. Like it kind of felt natural instead of feeling like, you're going to force this like, I'm just so tired of that shit. It's so dated, but I think you did this really gracefully. Overall, is this like an original vocal or is this like a remix kind of thing? Like, did you take the vocal from something else and kind of remix it with the beat? Like, I'm kind of confused there. It feels like a remix, like you took a vocal and then you pitched it down and like, little alter boyed it and stuff, messed around with that kind of stuff. Cool. So it's an original vocal. That's awesome. So I think I'd like to hear a little more of like the natural vocal, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this like formatted vocal the whole time. I think it'd be a really, really cool touch to maybe bring the clear, like normal vocal into the verse. So it's cool like as the intro, but once you go into verse 1, verse 2, like it'd be cool to hear like the natural vocal rather than it format. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be way more pop and way more radio friendly. It's just awkward hearing it as a like formatted, vibe the whole time, because then I start to think, oh, this is a remix, right? Like you took a vocal and then you like remixed it and slowed it down to fit your beat and then like did a remix. And if it's an original vocal, you should push that idea forward because you'll get a lot more attention for that rather than it sounding like a remix. Okay. So that's my opinion, but I don't, you can do whatever you want to do. There's no rules to any of this shit. All right. You're just on my live song review. So I'm reviewing your song. Like I'm not going to use someone else's opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, really important to, I think, this sound. It being almost 4 minutes long, I think is a little too long. So find places you can kind of trim the fat where you're like, oh, this part's really not that necessary. Or maybe the intro is just a little too long. Just try to find like a radio edit. Get it down to like 2 minutes and 45 seconds or something. You know what I mean? Then you're going to have a really, really good streaming song on your hands because it's going to be repeatable. People are going to want more. They're going to want to hear it over and over. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, yo, I got to hear that. The outro may be way too long. Like once you get to the outro, you're kind of like, okay, I've heard the song. But I do love that the drops are different. You have different dynamics. Overall, the mix is really the biggest problem for me. Switching those vocals to being more like pop and normal and not formatted on the verses would be cool. Maybe you could do it on the drop where they're formatted and shifted and all that. Just clearing it up, making it like more punchy, more pronounced, less compression artifacts and pumping artifacts. Pumping artifacts are cool on this last drop, like this part. Kind of cool, but I feel like even those like the big hits and stuff, they're getting choked out. Like compression is just it's choking it too hard. So again, back up off the attack on the compressors, even on your limiter, anything you got on the master bus that's attacking too hard, not letting transients through, you're going to have an issue there. And don't smash stuff so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to. But you guys, I'm out of time. Anyone want to hear an unreleased song? I can play you guys something that I'm working on, and then leave you. If not, I'm going to leave you right now. But if you guys want to hear something, I'll play you guys something that I've been working on. I have a bunch of songs I've been working on, but would love to, share a track with you guys that I'm finishing up. If you want to hear it, let me know and I'll open it up. And I appreciate you guys coming through. Really do. Be Up Next he's down. He says, yes, play it. Do it. I want to hear your best work, Bradley. Jonathan, that's what's up. That's what's up. B, I got you hooked, huh? Dude, you're the man. You're always like pumping me up, bro. Appreciate it. I'll open up a session for you. Something I haven't even bounced yet, if you want to hear it. But let me know, guys. Cool. Jonathan likes to hear it. Let's roll. Be Up Next. We got 2 people that want to hear an unreleased song. All right. Well, out of 12. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. No, it'd just be cool to get your guys' feedback on my music as well. Always love that. All right, Jace, that's what's up. All right. Okay, the Future Sound beat. Drew Knight. Drew, I think you heard this one already, bro. You've been in the song creation challenges. All right, cool. Let me, I'm going to open up the session right now, and I'm going to play it for you guys. Since you guys are here, and since you guys are into it, you want to hear some new music. It's not finished, but hey, it's never finished. It's always abandoned. Be Up Next. I got something for you, dude. You're going to like this one. I think you are. It's just a fun one, man. Like, I was just having fun with this song. Wasn't taking this shit seriously at all. So, I think it'll be a fun one to play. All right. I'm going to show it to you guys right now. I'll even show you the session. This is super feel-good music. All right? You guys let me know what you think. Here it is.
Sunday morning never hurt this
that's it, folks. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming through. I don't know when I'll release this one or if I will release this one, but appreciate you guys checking it out and being part of the song review. Always fun, and I try to do these every Wednesday and Saturday, but typically it's going to be like, a Wednesday or a Saturday, or I don't know, because I'm working. But appreciate you guys. Really do. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.